My name is Edna Lenku. I am the First Lady, Kajiado County, and I come from the indigenous community, which is the Maasai. The Maasai community are in Kenya, and they are known to be pastoralists. They are a community that moves from one place to another. Because of immigration, because of climate change, they've been moving from one place to another. And currently we have a challenge with the climate change, which has really affected our cows. Normally a Maasai will have 1,000 to 2,000 cows. And for a man who doesn't have a cows is not given permission to marry if you don't have cows. So climate change has come to affect our community in that now social norms have changed. The families are not even together because now the men in the families are traveling from one place to another. We travel as far as crossing the border to the Tanzania in search of pasture, and sometimes when we travel there we don't find the constitution or the rules there favoring our migration to that country. Sometimes when we travel with the cows, you will find our cows being auctioned by the neighboring country, which is not very good because the cows for us is our livelihood. So climate change has affected us. We are not having peace, and currently there's no grass. People have thought of even selling their cows, but for a Maasai person to tell them to sell the cows, it's not something that will be easily bought or be understood. So they would rather move from one place to another until the day that they will get the pasture for their animals. Lately, the government of Kenya have come in handy by coming to find ways of drought mitigation, and we've gotten a number of partners also supporting our government, helping us. But then it's not enough. But we appreciate the government of Kenya for reaching out to the pastoralist community, coming to talk to us and telling us how we can work together. The government have supported us by reaching out to other farmers who have hay, and the county governments have all the hay, and that is what we've been giving to our cows. But still, the dry matter itself is not enough. There's no water, so the cows are suffering. So if we ever move from one place to another and we find water, we make sure at least the cows get even just to drink water once in a day, or even after every 2 days. Where we live together with the wild animals, so you'll find like the little pasture that is available, the wild animals want it, and our domestic animals also want it. It's become tough such that people are wondering what to do, and they're grinding maize, mixing with the rice polish, putting a bit of molasses so that they can mix up with the hay to see whether the feed that the animal is going to get will be a little bit nutritious. So there should be, in my opinion, I feel like there should be a better way on handling this climate change. Yes, we are advocating for tree planting. Yes, we are teaching our people on how to use the land in the right way, probably in learning how to do the paddocking in the land that has been subdivided. But then, because of our way of living, moving from one place to another, people do not understand about paddocking. However, we normally have a way of living. We live in a communal setup, such that in this communal setup, if we say this time after the rains, this time we are going to graze, all of us to the north, we all go to the north, everyone in the community. So we kind of do a circular rotation. But now, even with the circular rotation that the elders had planned before, it is not helping us. And all this is because of the climate change, which is an issue. So we feel like many people are suffering out there. Normally we say the cows belong to the men and the milk belong to the women. So as a woman, I'm concerned. What am I going to feed my children with? The little milk I'm given, it's not enough for my children and my in-laws, because with the drought now, the elders have put rules such that you cannot milk the 4 teats of a cow, because the little calves also need to have 2 teats so as to survive, and they get 2. So there's a lot of challenging, which I feel like if we all come in with a humanity heart, come up with solutions, probably will help someone else. I am the voice of the many who would have loved to come and speak out and say we are suffering because of climate change, but then they are not there. But I speak on their behalf, and hopefully with teamwork, with the knowledge that we have, I know many people are in school learning on how to do the drought mitigation. So any idea that comes about, it will be well if you spread it out. Don't leave it behind, because many of us want to hear that, so that we can see what we can do for the rest of the community. Thank you. That is an interesting question, considering the fact that we love our culture, and we also have to accept modernization, which is real. What the county governments have done, and especially from my county where I come from, they've done a spatial planning whereby there is a place where there is for residential, there is industrial, and there is place for agricultural. Simply because the place that is left for the agricultural, the county, or rather the municipality, can plan it so that they can find a way of how they can improve their cows. Many of the community members have been keeping the Zebu cows, but for this, which is with me here, these are Boran cows, and this has been improved. They are not traveling far, but then they have challenges in they have their own challenges. The best thing probably we are talking about them is that they produce a lot of milk, unlike the Zebu cattle, which never used to produce a lot of milk. So in future, where the pastoralists will be to improve their cows so that they can have adequate milk, they can reduce the movement, because even the land is not growing, it's becoming smaller and smaller, and the population is also growing. So it is better to improve the cows to dairy cows, and that will be a way the way for the pastoralists in future. A few of us are moving, especially the learned fellows are moving towards the urban setup, which is an issue, because when they move to the urban setup, they don't know how to live there. They've not been socialized with the urban style of living. So the pastoralists are moving, but the amazing thing is, even as we move, we still move with our cows even to the urban areas. You get a small piece of acre, put your small house, put your few cows there. So the cultural mentality is still there. We are moving to the urban, and we are still moving with what we have. So unless otherwise something comes, then it is okay. They can separate themselves from the cows and live the urban life separately.